My childhood was just fine with my brothers and sisters and friends in the neighborhood. I did all kinds of things. Swimming was one of my favorite things to do, but we just did all kinds of different things that kids would do. At age 8, my father said, it's time for you to go to school. Now, not everybody got to go to school because back then all the schools were private schools, and you had to pay to go to those schools. And so my father paid for me to go, and he said, you're going to work on 3 things in school. You're going to work on reading and writing and numbers. Well, when I got to school at age 8, I already knew how to read, and I'm not sure how I learned because I can never remember not being able to read. I think I learned from my brothers and sisters because they read with me and they read to me. And so I got to school at age 8. I was the best reader in my class. Matter of fact, I was the best reader in the whole school. But I continued to work on my reading to make it better. And I worked on my writing, and my writing came along very nicely. And I worked on my numbers, and I worked on my numbers, and I failed my numbers. I just couldn't do numbers at all. So the next year, my father sent me back to school. He says, you're going to work on just 2 things. He says, you don't need to work on reading anymore. He said, you read everything. You read all the time. Every time I see you, you're reading something. You've read every book that I have in the house. You've read all the things that I borrow from my friends. You read. Well, I was reading because that's how I was getting information about what was going on and learning things. So he says, you're going back to school, 2 things. You're going to work on your writing and make it much better. You're especially going to work on your... So I did. My writing got much better. My numbers got just a little bit better. At age 10, he said, that's enough school. It's time for you to go to work. He said, I want you to work with me. Now, his job was, he was a candle maker and soap, made soap also. So he wanted me to work with him, thinking maybe I would take over his business when he got older.